Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. In the previous video I actually went through the funded stats for the challenge on the $250,000 E8 funding. Yesterday we actually got the details for the verification, which is the phase 2, and for this you have to make 5% within 60 days, I'm pretty sure. But the good thing about E8 funding is there's actually no minimum days, and I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm just saying the good things about them. There's no minimum trading days like FTMO that has that minimum 10 trading days before you can actually go on to the next stage. As I said in a previous video, might have said it, but I've said it definitely on my channel before. What I do is, instead of just placing a random trade, that could make like a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3, I wait until there's a perfect trade that's a minimum of a 1 to 5. So I know that if this trade goes well, I can pass the challenge or the verification within that first trade, and it pretty much saves time, saves a lot of stress of having to, okay, I've made this win, next one's a loss, this one's a win, and I just find it easier, for my personal trading. You guys might be different, you might find it a bit trickier, but personally, that's how I found it to be more effective. Here on the chart, you guys can see, if we go over to the screen now, this was a setup I actually took this morning. If you look at the challenge, which we actually took and actually passed yesterday, we got our entries right up here. So we caught the move down to pass the challenge. And then we simply waited, because obviously all of this, we were just waiting for London session to actually get the entries, because I only trade, pound pairs in London session mainly. So you're waiting for this area here, this area, to actually get the shorts into the next London session, which was today. And as you see, this was the actual London area. I was looking for price to enter off here, didn't come to that level, so instead we got in off this level here. I'm not really going to go into why, because if you want to know about that, then join my mentorship, link in the description. But we got in here, and then as you see, price went up into drawdown. And the way I actually trade, I've mentioned this previously, is when price goes into drawdown, a certain percentage, I actually scale in. And I wouldn't advise this to anyone else, because it's what I've tested, what works for me. I know that certain setups can go into certain amounts of drawdown where the trade is still valid, and me actually entering whilst the trade's in drawdown, an extra position, risking less, means that once we go into profit, we're only risking like 0.25% or 0.5% extra, then we over double our actual reward if we actually go into profit. So I'd say if it's you taking a challenge, and let's say you've only got £1,000 and you spend 900 of that on the challenge, don't trade like this, because for me this £900 isn't like life changing. So if I lost this, it wasn't going to matter, but for you guys, definitely risk a set percentage on each individual trade. But what I did was I got in here, and then price went into drawdown, we entered another position almost at the top here, pretty much following my plan for funded challenges and verification stages. This is how I do it. So price dropped down, and as you see, we dropped down further here. And what I'm going to do now, I didn't have my camera on, but I was actually screen recording and talking you through the MetaTrader 4 when we were actually in the trade. And obviously something a little bit funny happened as well, which you guys will now see. Okay guys, so I don't actually have the camera set up or anything, but as you can see here on the charts, we've actually taken this GJ short. We actually took it from this level up here, and we need 12.5k to pass. So as soon as we get to 12.5k profit, we're going to close this position out. I'll go through how I actually got the entry and how I got the scale in also. It's a little strategy I've been using to pass these prop firms and to kind of maximize my profit, when I'm taking either challenges, verification, or even on my personal account. Obviously I'm not saying go and use this way of trading, because it's personal to myself and how I personally risk manage and how much I'm comfortable losing on each position. And obviously that is dependent on each individual person's strategy and their way of trading. So all we need is 12.5k, and we're getting close now. As you see, we kind of got these sniper entries up here, even on the 5 minutes, very nice quick entries. I'll go down to 1 minute so we can see it absolutely obliterate the TP. So let's just move these down out the way so we can close it manually. I usually just have this in place just in case it slams down straight away, and then obviously waits back up, because then sometimes that can happen, you can't close quick enough. But hopefully we get this little drop now. We only need a little bit of a push down, but it would be typical that it would reverse here My original target was actually, you know, a lot lower. I was looking to target down here, but obviously there's no point us holding that far if we reach our 12.5k before then. And as you see, we're about to reach the 12.5k, which we need to pass. Hopefully we get it. Oh, it's teasing. It is teasing us. Come on. Come on, GJ. This is just typical. This is just typical. 12,486 is what I got to, and we needed 12.5. That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. You know, my analysis said it's going to go further down anyway, so I do see it going further down. But obviously we're just waiting for that 12.5k now, which doesn't want to give us. Damn, it really doesn't want to get to that 12.5k. And the good thing about using the PC is you can literally one tap and the position is closed, which is what I like about doing these challenges, or pretty much any trade, because you can literally close within the click of a button rather than having to, you know, swipe on the phone. It just saves a lot of time, and you can avoid missed profits. You know, sometimes if you're not using an ECN broker, you can get the quotes changed, and you can kind of miss, you know, where you actually wanted to get out of the trade, or even get in the trade. Here we go. Here we go. Teasing, teasing. We went to 12.5 for a second. There we go. Oh my god. We just missed. We just missed. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure it was at 12.7k. But you know, it is what it is. We've now got to make $200. Not great. I was hoping that'd be exactly on. But it is what it is. So I'll be back with you guys a bit later on. So we're going to try and quickly scalp this down to make, you know, a couple hundred. I think we need $128 on this trade. Put stop loss there just in case. I do see it dropping down straight away though. Let's just move that down there so we can just close it manually. Shame about the spreads. Obviously they're fairly large, and we are obviously on the lower time frames. So look, if it wasn't for the high commission, you know, we would have passed it just then. But because of the commission, we obviously didn't. So as you see in the clips, we actually almost made it within, you know, the two trades there, but we had to enter another position to actually pass quickly because we did actually miss out just on the profit, which wasn't great. But we now passed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the E8 dashboard now. So if I refresh, you guys can see. Great. So I was going to take you through the E8 dashboard, but they seem to be doing some maintenance. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit, I guess. Okay guys, so the website is actually back up now, so we can go through the stats. As you can see, if we just get rid of this and we refresh, that we have the new funded account here. Account hasn't started yet, obviously, because we haven't actually taken any trades. We literally just received it. As you see down here, phase 1 complete, phase 2 complete. If we quickly go through these, as you see, phase 1, bit of a a rocky journey, that one. But you guys will see why if you've seen the first episode, which I highly recommend you guys watch. But as you see, risk reward was pretty much a free 63% win rate. Average loss was low, and that was because of that big slippage. But it is what it is. We passed that with ease. And then if we go down to phase 2, as you guys can see, 5.5% profit, 100% win rate. That is what we love to see. As you see, pretty much all running cleanly. Sorry about that interruption. We had a phone call, but we are back now. And as you guys can see, the trades we actually took were 5.5k, 6.8k, and $500. That last trade was a bit risky, but you know, I'm a professional trader, and you know, we know what we're doing. So the plans now are to obviously get the funded account. We've obviously got the funded account, but I think they have to accept my contract, which I actually signed, and I think they have to go through that and look at your ID, so you can actually get the payouts. Pretty sure if we go on the funded account, we've actually got to wait for the documents which we actually just signed to be, you know, validated and confirmed, so then we can actually move on to the funded account stage. It is Friday today, and it is around 20 past 12, so we could see a trade in New York session if we obviously get the stuff verified in time, but most likely we're going to trade next week. Pretty sure from what I've been told, you can get the first payout within eight days. So my aim for this is to kind of make like a couple percent, maybe 2% or even 1%. Wait the 8 days, get a payout. Obviously you get 80%. 1% is $2.5 grand. 80% of that, 2,000. So quick maths, $2,000. And obviously converting that to pounds, it's probably like, I don't know, 1,400, 1,500. I don't have a clue, to be honest. Even if you get that 50, let's just say 1,500. Then you get your 900 or 800 pound refund. So overall, you've made like 1,500 from one trade, or let's say 2 trades, and then you get your refund anyway. So then after that, you've still made 1,500. If you blow the account next month, you've made 1,500. But obviously you want to not blow the account. That's obviously always the goal. First month, I always take it slow. I always get that payout. And I don't usually show my payouts now on YouTube, because I don't even show my personal account, like money wise, because I think it just attracts the wrong sort of people, to the videos and actually into trading. I don't know if you guys agree, but if I was getting into trading and I just saw people showing, I made 10k, I made 20k, I made 5k, then I just want to make 5k. I try and replicate their results. Whereas if you're actually focusing on, okay, this guy's showing actual value, this guy's talking about what it's actually like being a trader, this guy's talking about the psychology of actually being a trader, what's it actually like and how to deal with that, rather than this is how much I made. If you want to do that, buy my course. I'm not going to do any of that to you guys. I used to do stuff like that, show you my profits and everything, but then I realized I'd rather put out useful content for people rather than just making content for the views. So that's what I'm doing on the channel now, showing you through the steps I've taken and how I manage my risk on an account like this, and live me talking you through the MT4 when I'm actually in the trade, because a lot of the times people just show it afterwards. But what I'm trying to do is show you, during the trade what I'm thinking. And you saw that when it's so close to the target, so close to actually passing, it can definitely affect you mentally. And I'm not going to say, oh, I'm like a robot. I don't get affected by the trades, because obviously you always get affected. Every single person gets affected by emotions during their trading. It's just how you manage them. So it's how you manage, let's say, a losing streak, how you manage a winning streak, because sometimes even a winning streak can be worse than a losing streak for you mentally. It's like that quote that Conor McGregor said: if you go to sleep on a win, you'll wake up on a loss. So you kind of feel like you're invincible, that the markets can't beat you, and then you will soon be humbled. So if you guys did enjoy this, hopefully we get this account verified if I'm a real person and my ID is actually valid, I guess. And then hopefully the next video will be me trading the funded account and maybe getting a payout within the next couple of weeks, hopefully. So I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.